Something is curious about the Gematria in regards to Elizabeth Smart. This is a girl who, at 14, was abducted from her home in Salt Lake City by a man and a woman who kept her in the woods for 40 weeks and tortured her and raped her. It was a tremendous national story, and afterward she became like a celebrity due to being made famous by this exploit, where her whole life and all the money she made seems to derive from this experience. But as we know, innumerable contrived events have been scripted by the Gematria Code, events that we are led to believe are real, but are likely bullshit. And there are some very interesting Gematria-based numerical coincidences regarding this lady and her story. So it really makes one wonder. It just makes you wonder. I'm not sure that it proves this is bullshit, but the coincidences are strange. Her full name is Elizabeth Ann Smart. In the English Ordinal cipher, her full name adds up to 188, and in reverse full reduction, it adds up to 100. She lived in Salt Lake City, Utah, and that's where she was kidnapped. And strangely enough, by coincidence, Salt Lake City, Utah happens to have the same Gematriot values in those two ciphers as her full name. 188 in ordinal and 100 in reverse full reduction. That's very curious. Bavarian Illuminati adds up to 188 in ordinal, 80 in full reduction, 80 in single reduction, and Elizabeth Ann Smart adds up to 80 in single reduction as well. By the way, the Bavarian Illuminati is a real thing. Zach Hubbard has researched into it. On May 1, 1776, the Bavarian Illuminati was started with 13 key families, and in history is recognized as being responsible for the French Revolution, which began as the American Revolution concluded. It says she was raised in a family that was a part of the Church of Jesus Christ of the Latter-day Saints, and it's a church and religion in which she has been actively involved her entire life since her birth. Lo and behold, coincidentally, Latter-day Saints equals 188 and 100, those same two ciphers again, just like her full name. Very curious indeed. What are the odds? The numerology of the date she was born, November the 3rd, 1987, also brings up very interesting Gematria coincidences toward subjects that are very relevant to her life. She was born with 58 days left in the year, and we know Freemasonry and secret society add up to 58 in full reduction. Her full name also sums to 271 in reverse ordinal, which is the 58th prime number. It was a date with 39 numerology, where Salt Lake City adds up to 39. But the date also has 111 numerology, where the word abduct sums to 111 in reverse ordinal. Also, Salt Lake City is located on 111 degrees west. It is also on 40 degrees north. Might that be why she was kept prisoner for exactly 40 weeks? Who knows? Scottish Rite of Freemasonry, 111 septenary. Since she was a victim of abduction, abduct is also 39 in reverse full reduction. and the date has 39 numerology. It was a date with 120 numerology, where Illuminati equals 120. Add that to the fact that her name, Gematria, overlaps with Bavarian Illuminati. The date also has 101 numerology, where kidnapping equals 101. Ooh, so weird, isn't it? Words like church and Christian sum to 101. Church, 101, reverse ordinal. Christian, 101, ordinal. I would say those words very much relate to her, don't they? She was very active in church affairs. Latter-day Saints is often shortened to LDS, which equates to 17 in single reduction, like her name, Smart. LDS is 111 in the Primes cipher, and 113 in Francis Bacon Gematria, where we will get to 113 later in a big way, in light of her being born on a date of 11/3. 101 is the 26th prime number, where God sums to 26 in full reduction, and 17 in single reduction. Her last name, Smart, sums to 17 in full reduction and 26 in single reduction. Smart is also 71 in English Ordinal, like Catholic is 71. Elizabeth Ann Smart, 71, full reduction. Salt Lake City is the land of the Mormons, where Elizabeth sums to 88 in ordinal, and Mormon also sums to 88 in ordinal. Mormon also sums to 100 in LCH Kabbalah. Need I remind people that all these Christian religions were created by the Jews, and therefore all of them fall under one Jewish umbrella. So don't be surprised that Catholic and Christian and Mormon are all coded into here. She was kidnapped at 14. She was born on a date with 14 numerology. Elizabeth Smart is 84 in reverse full reduction. Jesuit is 84 in ordinal. Masonry is 84. Elizabeth Smart is 159 in ordinal. New Testament is 159 in ordinal. Scottish Rite, as in Scottish Rite of Freemasonry, is 159 in ordinal. She was kidnapped on June 5, 2002, a date that was heavy with 33 and 13 numerology. 33, the most important number to Freemasonry. It was also the 156th day of the year, where 33 written out as words sums to 156. Abducted is 156 in reverse ordinal. She wouldn't be rescued until March 12, 2003, and it so happened she was held for exactly 40 weeks. March 12 is the 71st day of the year, where Catholic sums to 71 in English Ordinal, just like her last name, Smart, just like her full name, Elizabeth Ann Smart. She rescues herself on the 71st day of the year, where her last name and her full name both sum to 71. The date, 3/12, can also be written as 12/3, where freedom is 123 in reverse ordinal, where she gains her freedom on that date. The date 3/12 is also like 312, and in the English Sumerian cipher, Pope comes out to 312. Pope is also 11 in reverse full reduction, and it was a date with 11 numerology. Same as the date she was kidnapped, which also had 11 numerology. abducted is 312 in reverse Frank Baconis. She was born on a date 11/3, which can be expressed as the number 113. Her kidnapper's name, the man who abducted her, his full name, Brian David Mitchell, sums to 113 in reverse full reduction. Brian Mitchell, 113, LCH Kabbalah. After she escaped the kidnappers, she was found in the town of Sandy, Utah, where Sandy, Utah sums to 113 in English Ordinal. Sandy also equals 18 in full reduction, and it was a date with 18 numerology, on which she was rescued. Speaking of the word rescue, rescue is 71 in English Ordinal, and she is rescued on the 71st day of the year, where her last name is 71. The woman that the man who kidnapped her was with, his accomplice, her name is Wanda Barzee, which sums to 145, like Catholic is 145 in reverse ordinal. Masonic temple and numerology is 145 in English ordinal. Masonic temple, 71. There's probably more stuff in this, but that's all I'm willing to scrounge. She lived in a neighborhood of Federal Heights, where she was kidnapped. Federal, huh? Federal. Federal adds up to 33, and it was a date loaded with 33 numerology when she was taken. Federal Heights is 71, like Catholic, like her last name, Smart. It's also 127, like Scottish Rite of Freemasonry is 127. Speaking further of the fact that she was born on a date 11/3, which is a lot like 113, James Grider, in my novels Impact and Dance of Death, would side with the theory that the whole story is contrived bullshit for the media and to influence legislative policy and to make the populace feel scared and sad. 113 is the number of bullshit, where bullshit equals 113 in reverse ordinal. Fiction, disinfo, politics, and not honest also equal 113 in reverse ordinal. Green screen, infidelity, not factual, not true, dishonest, and mainstream all sum to 113 in ordinal. Star of David, 113, ALW and KFW Kabbalah. In Talmud, Baba Kama 113a, it says, Jews may use lies, subterfuges, to circumvent a Gentile. James Grider thinks what a fun life it would be, where you are a daughter born into a secret society, where they can stage a kidnapping and torture and sexual abuse storyline for you to capture the mind's eye of the masses. And the rest of your life is cushy and luxurious, where donations pour in, you get movies and books and documentaries made about you, and you get to hang around with politicians, influencing policy, so more laws are created, so we have a bigger police state, and the people feel like we need to go along with this because, well, look at this story, we gotta make sure that doesn't happen again. Meanwhile, the Goyim have to work real productive jobs and get taxed to death and can barely make ends meet. Notice how this story about Wanda Barzee comes up on January 2nd, 2019. Wanda Eileen Barzee is 73 in full reduction. Elizabeth Smart's kidnapper, Wanda Barzee, moves in near school, and it's an elementary school. And they say she is 73 years old in this story. Speaking of Mormonism, the religion was founded by one Joseph Smith, where Joseph adds up to 73. Elizabeth, 155 reverse ordinal. Joseph Smith, 155 reverse ordinal. Christianity, 155 ordinal. Freemasons, 155 reverse ordinal. Anyway, it says in this news report that Wanda Barzee has moved in near an elementary school. Wanda Eileen Barzee is 73 in full reduction. Elementary school is 73 in full reduction. Wanda Eileen Barzee is 73 years old when she moves next to an elementary school. This story comes on January 2nd. In USA, when the date is written, the month comes first and the day comes second, so 1/2. But elsewhere, the day comes first and the month comes second, so the date can also be expressed as 2/1. And it's like that on purpose, so it's easier to do these numerical rituals where you can express the date both ways and it still works. 2/1 is like 21. 73 is the 21st prime number. Now, in the news report, they spelled her middle name as Eileen with an E in the beginning. But elsewhere in the earlier reports, when this story was still fresh, her name was spelled Eileen with just the I in the beginning. I don't know. I prefer spelling it with the I in the beginning, because the numbers work out that way. I'm not really sure why this girl was kept prisoner for 40 weeks, but the word 40, as a word, sums to 84, and when you type in Elizabeth Smart, you get 84. 40 weeks comes out to 147. Freemason is 147. Conspiracy is 147. Kabbalah is 147. Kabbalah has a million different spellings, but that's one way to spell it. Here's wisdom, 147. From the Bible, Revelation 13:18, King James Version. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. Elizabeth Smart, 147, LCH Kabbalah.